Hey best friends, it's your girl Krista Dama, blogger of KristaDama.com. So when you're done watching this video, definitely check out my blog. I have some pretty interesting things there, so just check it out when you're done with this video. Okay, so the time has come when I finally tell you guys the best way to hold your frontals, to hold your closure wigs down. Like, I'm telling you, this is the best way, especially for people who have sensitive skins. I know we hear a lot of talk about the product got to be glue and how it's so good and how it's so great and how it's the greatest. Skirt, like scratch that. I found the greatest way to hold it down, and I'm gonna be teaching you guys how to do it. So definitely, if you're interested, stay tuned for the rest of this video. I took off my wig because that is the wig that we're gonna be operating on today. So yeah, so some of these steps I'm gonna be telling you, you can skip them. You know, some people like to do a little extra. Sometimes I feel like doing extra, sometimes I don't. And I'm gonna tell you when you can be extra or not, and I'm gonna tell you when things are necessary, okay? Okay, so now this is definitely an extra step. You probably don't have to do this, but I'm still gonna do it anyway. Okay, so I'm gonna use the Gorilla SNOT, and a lot of people say that they prefer the yellow one, but the purple one has been working just fine for me. But when this is done, I'm gonna check out the yellow one because they say it's a stronger hold. So basically, you guys see that my own personal edges are not laid down, and mind you, you might see an imprint right there because I was wearing my wig earlier today, and that is why the imprint is there, because that's where the lace was sitting at. So yeah, just don't judge. So right now, it's definitely an extra step. I'm definitely just gonna try to lay my edges down so that it can just lay even flatter on my lace frontal. But you really don't have to do this. And then to get the best hold, you know we gotta put our scarf on. Okay, so I really do need to explain this part. And my wig kind of looks a little bit of a mess, but when it's on, it's not gonna look a mess, but yeah. So with frontals, it's easier to put the elastic band method on because we already know that the frontal is from ear to ear. So basically, when we're putting our elastic band on for the frontals, we know to join the elastic band right where the closure ends. Right where the frontal ends. So if you see right here, the frontal ends right here, the frontal ends right here, we know that we're going to be sewing our elastic band right here and right here. Let me point out a little better. We know that we're going to be sewing our elastic band right here and right here. And yes, my wig is wet because I tried to wash the glue off so that I can freshly put on some slick baby edges for you, girl. So it's drying right now. But with closures, when I put an elastic band on, I just have to put the wig on and I have to mark where my ear is. So I usually just get like a milk NYX bulk pencil and I mark it so that when I sew it, I know where to place it. So with the frontal, it's easy because it's from ear to ear, but with the closures, you have to mark it so you know exactly where your ear is. Because remember, a closure is literally ending right here, and you don't want to put the band right here, like it's not going to feel right. So you really want it on your ears, from ear to ear. So now the next step, measuring your elastic band. So this elastic band, I got it from Walmart and Best Friends. This stuff is in hot demand. So this is what I do when measuring. And I'm going to turn around so you can see it. So we want our elastic band to be from ear to ear. So we're going to take our elastic band. So ear to ear, we're going to measure where the elastic band is. So since we want our wig to be on our head, we want it to be a little bit tight, not really tight, but just to be secure, we are going to take this in a little bit some. So remember, when we measured it comfortably from ear to ear. And since we want that secure feeling, we're gonna take some of the material off or shorten it so that we can get a secure feeling. So for me, this is how much my ear to ear was. So I'm gonna take about, I'm gonna take about this much on, so that literally And I could take a little bit more actually, because I think I measured a little bit too much. So, because I want it to be secure on. So I can take a little bit more. So this seems like it's gonna be fine for me. So you guys notice how I took some in, because I want it to be a secure feel. So when that happens, we're just gonna cut it off. And now we have our elastic band. So now we have our wig, we have our elastic band, and now we have our thread and needle, as we see right here. So best friends, this is not hard. It's not hard at all. Just follow through, and I promise you, you guys will get it. Like when I was trying to learn at first, I was like, oh my God, I don't know how to do it. But literally, it's so simple. But make sure you pay attention to the specific details that I say, because if you do it another way, you can kind of mess up the feel. So like I said, since it's gonna be a frontal, so just take your frontal or take your closure wig. If you have a closure wig, remember you make the white marks on your wig so you know exactly where to place it, where your ear is. I'm gonna sew my elastic band from here to here. So basically it's going to be sewn on, and this is the way I'm gonna have it. Mind you, see how it's all going the same direction? I'm not twisting it. It should be the same direction. Even if you twist it and mess up, it's still gonna be okay. But for it to be like as comfortable as it can to be on you, just try to get it the same way. What I do, I first put my needle and an elastic band. I'm using the elastic band, and then I sew. Well, then I put this needle through the black cap, which is going to be ear to ear. So I put it in. Did you guys see? I put it in, and then I pull the thread out. So now the knot is in. So the elastic band and the wig are connected now. So the wig is in. So when you put the first one in, so this is your first official one, kind of trying to sew it together, you make it a knot. The first one, you make it a knot. So you sew this together, put it in there. This is your first official one, because the first one you just joined it together, but this is your first one. Put in the thread into the elastic band, joining it to the wig, and you make it a knot. So the way I make it a knot, I just literally, you see it's a circle, I just put the needle in the circle. And it makes a knot right on the band. Now, you do not make any more knots. For me, when I made the second knot, and like I kept on going, like it did not form right. I don't know what happened, but it just did not form right. So what I learned to best work for me is to make one knot and just to keep on sewing it. And then when you're coming towards the end, make sure you knot it. So I try to knot it like 2 times, so 2 or 3 times should be fine, but you always want to knot it when you come to the end, basically in everything that you do, so that you know the thread does not come off easily from what you just sewed. And remember, to make a knot, you just put the needle right into the elastic band, joining it to the wig, and put it in the circle, put the needle in the circle, and you made the knot. So after we're done sewing the elastic band on our wigs, we can now move on to next step, and now we're going to use the got to be glue. So as you guys see, the difference? So no, what I do, I just literally put this all around my head. this is what your lace front is going to be laying on. And for my girls that have closures, literally you would just need to put it right where the lace is. So usually you'll see some girls like put their blow dryer on. That's a little bit extra. I mean, it helps, it makes the process go a little faster, but you could just do this. And you just want to make it tacky. So now after you made it tacky, you put your wig on. So now this is the band that we just put on together, and we're gonna put on our wig. So now you see your lace frontal is on your head. Now what I like to do to make sure that it's even more secure, I like to put an additional coat, a little bit of a coat over the lace. And so I'll put like it right here, but I'll try to like drag some hair. And then to make it a little neater, I'll just get my brush and make it like a baby hair. So after you finish laying your baby edges to your preference, I usually just go through again with another blow dryer on cool heat. And I just go on there for like 30 to 20 seconds, but that's extra. You don't really have to do it. It's not that necessary when you go outside, especially now that in Chicago and it's cold. It freezes up. Or maybe if it was hot, I'll do it more often. But since it's cool outside, I usually just run out because I'm usually running late and the air dries it for me. And now your wig is secure. Mind you, your wig is not going to be breaking you out because of the product that you use. Your wig is not going to be falling away in the wind because you didn't put a band on. Like, I got you guys. This is what I use and it works for me. And I'm so glad I'm telling you my method because 2017, we're here to slay. 2017, we're here to kill. 2017, we're not sparing no more bodies. Like, you guys, join the bandwagon if you haven't. So I'm glad you guys watched this video, best friends, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video. Bye, best friends.